on linguistical prowess at U.S. Supreme Justice. I had a CHOO-LOw, the petite, the small petite ones, the short, SHORT. She was very light-skinned but heavy, like a sumo wrestler, heavy, with whatever in the eye. And I would be what would call common law in the kingdom that thinks their security force works, because they were the only ones that listened, even though they're in my face. So I had the little one on the phone checking to see, because then I have over there, down that way, there's a car saying Safety Patrol. Now, the Mandarin part of U.S. Supreme, like under my U.S. Supreme, they sent a private patrol it says Safety Patrol on the car. They're normally privately funded. So it's SAFETYPATROL, to watch over their children while this clusterfuck is going on in my being left in garbage. So I have a nice, uniformed, clean-cut gentleman in a safety patrol car. He's the one that I did in the rear view mirror yesterday for visual. I didn't want to embarrass him and call attention, because and so the CHOO-LOw, the little short, fat sumo, the common law one, came with her cell phone, and she peeked around the pole at him, and I don't know who she was talking to, it doesn't matter, but I know she's reporting to somebody. So and that's the way that it works. I mean, I'm the Catanese I don't have their eyes, but I'm the U.S. Supreme Justice with the ancient gold-backed certificate. So I'm the Catanese. I'm reporting back about the Mandarin clean-cut gentleman safety patrol officer for the CHOO-LOw little ones, the common law folk of not the emperor's genetics anymore, because they're too far from the family tree and they're all mixed in some garbage chute of brokenness. So that's the way that works. But the little short, her SPRACHE, the SPRACHE was Espanol. Now, I ask Espanol, and she, tabian. Now, SPRACHE in tabian, Espanol, is Latin, Tin, but it's tin in the gold, GOLD. SPRACHE, it is not, and it's in Hispanico. The little CHOO-LOw, the sumo one, she is more of a panic. Yeah, they're the panic children, which is why under the hierarchy of imperial simplistico, the panic children are the little cholos that we have to keep safe from hurting one another and breaking their own and self-defecating. So then they send the Mandarin for the Mandarin of the safety patrol, because then sometimes you have to kill a man in order to keep the little cholos safe from hurting one another, because they know more things than the little ones. But we need the little ones to give good prowess and good acknowledgement to the good men and women that are really safety patrol. They're not pushing up on the little cholos, making them panic more. Da. Spasiba. Bueno, está bene, pero lei. I mean, this is my SPRACHE. I spoke to a Yugoslavian man, well, I don't know, he says he's Serbian, but he's not the Nazi Serbian case I have going on between the two cousins. His face is very different. So I said to him, he told me it was ancient Greek that he was speaking, and I said, no, because I said it's music in my ear. It's the second time I've seen him, and I said, now, what language, though, do they call, in linguistico, what do they call that you were speaking? I said, does it have a name? And he says, it does, it's Yugoslavian. And I said, I was like, okay. I was like, well, I said, it's just ice. It is like when you were speaking it from your mouth to whoever it was like music in my ear. I said, I don't, he says, it's funny. He says, because back home, he says, around, he says, they call it gibberish. Jibbeerish. Now, that's like taking a jab at somebody, but it's taking a jab at somebody when you are not from around here and we are in brokenness together. And there's some of my people that are stuck in garbage can, New York, with me. It doesn't matter what they look like and what they sound like. It is still, there are many cases. I have Einsbrecher. I have the one very large, broad project going on in my SPRACHE. There's a gibberish in the Nazi poetic of the one-size Soviet, which is myself, as a New York resident. The day I was born, they called this the United States of America. I call it the United States of Alexander at the moment because it's a lexicon in my Rubicon. I'm Rubicon and he's a lexicon. And together we're just looking for the Vater, which is Vlad. Sometimes I call him Svlad with an S only when it's Svetlana's Vlad, and then but it's really he's Vlad. And so, and he's the 6 foot, I don't know, 6'5". You go between 6'3", no, 6'5", and yeah, 6'5" and 6'8". It depends on the science project, because usually I'm 5'6", which is the size of a Soviet, but sometimes I'm somewhere a little higher, because there's, I don't know, I've been between 5 3/4 and 5. Yeah, it moves. I don't know, the doctors, they spratch all sorts of different, but then again, God only knows what they see through their eyes. I mean, they call the sunlight where I am the gold realm, GOLDREALM. It does not mean that it is a rich land. It does not mean that the people are rich. It does not mean that the land is being taken care of in any, it is just the photon spectrum of the light that the eyes of human picks up without sunglasses is called gold. But it has nothing to do with wealth. It has nothing to do with money. It has nothing to do with coin. It has everything to do with where my body machina is in operation at the uno momento, at the one moment in time on the carousel of genetics for the SPRACHE, for the brokenness and the broken things. That's why I don't really speak to the broken. That's what the human is the broken. Because I had I am in the land of the forgotten. I am in gold realm, Reichstag forgotten, because it's FORE, and then it's GOT, GOT, 10, TEN, which is what my parents came in on. And they were totally forgotten. They were not taken care of in the gold realm. It looks like garbage. Look at this. See this? There's soot, SOOT, like soot, dirt all over the concrete. And this is not clean, pristine, nice, happy. It is garbage, broken, and it's not being cared for. That's it. End of story.